So today I'm going to run down my team and then go over this week one match I had with Ronin. The idea behind the team was Colossal and then other stuff too. I hadn't played Colossal since it first came out. I thought it would be really good. I was really into Sandaconda, and I took it to the only in-person tournament in this game I ever played. I just thought it was fun, but it kind of sucked because it's too easy to switch in on max ground moves. But Cole had that, but it was rock. And when Cole became legal, I was pumped. So I used it a lot on Showdown with Weevil and Dragapult, and it was pretty good, and I had fun, but it was also sort of boring because it's, it is what it is. Like, it's not a complex strategy, but I thought it'd be fun to do a draft team that was just totally Cole and then see what happened. It wasn't supposed to be this exact Cole-like thing. At first it was just going to be like Cole and Sneasel because Sneasel was a steal. But then Rillaboom was there when it came back to me, and I was like, oh man, like I could realistically get Rillaboom and Urshifu. I've seen Urshifu go real late in these tier 1 picks before because I don't know, tier 1 matters a lot, and like do you want your biggest pick to be Urshifu or one of your big picks? And I've seen it a lot of times slip, so I thought I could get it again, and I did. And then, there's no way I was going to get Incineroar with all these, but I could get the budget Incineroar. There's no way I could get Dragapult, which sucked because you'll see in this next game, Dragapult would have been super useful. There are times when Sneasel is not Dragapult, and it is this match right here. I also got Tauros because it does Sneasel things, but it's got Intimidate. I thought it would be fun. Maybe it'll work. I got Meowstic M is like it's a prankster thing that's over 100 base speed and gets fake out. Like, I don't know. It's tough to, except for this next matchup, it's tough to lose. You can at least do something with Meowstic. Rotom Fan was a tier 3 pick. I needed max air. It's not the best, but it was the last, I don't know, it might have even been my last pick. Cradley's there because Rain matchup, I don't know if I've ever done Rain into Cole, honestly. It's been so long since I played it, but it seemed like it would suck, so now I got this instead. I can do, Cradley stuff. And then Claydol is the last pick. Oh no, Claydol and Mudsdale, my grounds. I needed a ground type. I needed something with Trick Room, and I wanted something with Bulldoze, and between these two I get both. You can do the beat up stuff with Mudsdale, and I can also swagger Mudsdale with Tauros, but you'll see later. If I do what I think I do after I play this game, I'm going to drop Mudsdale for Bronzong, and I'm going to drop Claydol for either Sandaconda or Flygon. I think Flygon will probably be better, but I want to do Sandaconda because I like it. But I should have done this before this game, but I didn't, so here we are. And there's the team. That's the idea. The idea is seriously just it's Cole plus other stuff, and we'll see what happens. So for this week, I get literally like the nightmare scenario. I play the Regigigas team because as you can see, as you look through my team, it's like entirely ability gimmicks. That's the whole show. Is I'm just doing stuff with abilities, and Weezing shuts all that down. It sucks. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do outside of that. Yeah. So the stuff that's highlighted in this sheet is probably the most useful to look at. The other stuff is just kind of my random thoughts. I don't even know if any of that makes it into the final thing. We'll go over the final thing next, but just so you can see his team side by side with mine. So obviously Gigas Weezing, I expect will be there in some form, and it is a big threat to me. I kind of have to prepare for that because if I don't, no one on my team wants to take a Regigigas hit. I have to prepare as if it's the lead, and if it's not the lead, it's just something I got to deal with, and I gotta guess well. I think it's gonna be really tough. I'll back that up. This whole thing back to the beginning. This is a terrible matchup. I'm gonna do the best I can, but this looks rough on paper. So that's kind of what I signed up for when I did this stupid thing. When I decided to be the entirely Colossal team, is you get a really bad match. But we'll do the best we can, and maybe make some mistake. Who knows? So he's got the water stuff. I think, there's some things on my team that don't want to take those hits, but I don't know if I'll be bringing them. I think Barraskewda here is really good. It's just like naturally faster than everything I have, which is unfortunate. Same with Excelgor, really. Like all the stuff it does, I'm probably gonna have to just deal with it. As you'll see, I don't have Fake Out on Sneasel because I'm borderline asking it to do too many other things, but that's what I did. I don't know if he'll bring Goon. I don't really see a reason to. So Gigas and Weezing are in for sure. I feel like Barraskewda in for sure. Selgor, strong likelihood. Tapu Lele is super hard for me to deal with, particularly when I can't get my grass terrain up. And also Scarf Tapu Lele in particular, because I don't really have a way to stop it from doing its bullshit. Without. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do about it. I gotta hold that. So, yeah, that's it. I don't think Palisand will come. The Selgor Palisand thing is good or whatever in practice, though. Surging Strikes just kind of shuts it down, so there's no reason for him to bring that. For me, so here, we won't even look at this here. We'll do, there we go. We'll just go through the team. So I think Scarf Urshifu is a good idea. There are a couple ways I could have gone with it. I also make this U-turn before I do the game. There's a couple ways I could have gone with it. I could go max speed, and then just try to outrun stuff. I could outrun the Lele if it was Scarfed, but the problem is I would have to go Jolly then too, and I wanted Adamant for the damage that it did to Regigigas. Specifically, Screech. I Screech and then I'm 1 point slower than Sneasel, and then I close combat the Gigas. It's like a guaranteed KO, unless something crazy happens before that turn. And I think it's somewhat unexpected. If I just I'll do Sneasel and then I'll tell you what the plan is. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Thunder Punch to hit Celesteela, Surging Strikes, and then close combat, because why not? And then U-turn. I thought if I was in a bad lead, I could U-turn out. Because it's slower than Sneasel, it also hides the fact that it's faster than Regigigas when it shouldn't be. So I can, keep pretending that I'm not this. That's the idea, at least. So for Sneasel, it can do Screech for Urshifu Screech, and then also just some other physical things can benefit from that. Icy Wind is pretty critical for me to slow things. A lot of my stuff is like right below Regigigas in speed, so the -1 will put me over for sure, and then I can do something before I get hit. I thought maybe I'd burn it. I don't know if that's going to happen, but there you go. I have Feint, so Mudsdale can Oko Galar Weezing if it's not Shucker Berry. If I Feint and Max Quake it. I think that always happens. Or at least that's what I was thinking when I counted. So if I can somehow figure out if it's Shucker or not, so that's kind of game one. You'll see it when I get to the real boom, but even if I'm losing the game, I would like to see what that thing has as a berry. So the plan is kill Gigas and then over time get Rilla in so that it can high horsepower, find out if it's Shucka, and then in a later game I can figure out if I'm going to do this horse lead or not. Then I have Ice Shard. In case what I just described doesn't work, I can Iron Head and Feint turn 1 on what would then I think to be a Shuckaberry Galar Weezing, and then the following turn Ice Shard at first, and it'll kill it. I mean, they could protect a lot of things. It's not the great plan, but it is a plan. Also, I have weakness policy on Rotom Fan, so it's mainly there to proc that, but I also have that backup plan. It does a decent amount of chunk damage too. Base 95 attack's not good, but it's stab, so there's something. I have Focus Sash because I just want it to live a hit. The things that are killing it are definitely killing it, even with Eviolite. Also, Pickpocket because he has no flinch. There's no real reason to use Inner Focus, so maybe I get hit by a physical move and I steal her item or something. Who knows? Probably won't happen because my ability will be off most of the time anyway, but that's the idea behind it. Here, I don't really plan to bring this. If you saw on the spreadsheet, this is Bait Coal. So this still, if you look at this at first glance, it kind of looks like a Coal team, but I have totally given up on getting that off. I don't know if that's a good or a bad idea, but that's what I'm going for this week. Flame Body, because again, I don't think I'll ever get this to work, but maybe something happens. I think if this has a niche, as a game 3, if Celesteela is a big threat for me and I get to a game 3, maybe I can consider using this to just do Heat Wave and Body Press stuff. Like, you know, the stats aren't their best, but it is what it is. The spread is from when I was planning on bringing it. It lives, when it's Gigantamax, it lives the max attack Quake from Gigas. Not well though, like 30 HP. And then I can at least get Volcalith off or something if I fake out the Weezing. But I went against that. And then Shucka, because I figured he'd get hit by ground at some point if I did bring it, but that's not the plan. So the horse, pretty straightforward. I'm not even going to spend too much time on this. It is what it is. In those scenarios where I max Quake the Weezing, it can burn me, so I have to go Lum here. If I had a damage item, it would make the other calculations I talked about a little easier, but there's like a pretty decent chance that I just get burned that turn because Sneasel's not an offensive threat and Horse is just going to attack. So this way I could kill it that turn and then be +1, get my ability back, hopefully have some life left, and then go from there. But yeah. And then this, pretty straightforward. I actually changed this to in the version I actually made. But yeah, real bulky spread, gets the policy off, hope for the best, right? Those real strong air slash max airstreams. And then if I make it out of there, I can still burn. I don't have to max if I don't want to, and I can just Will-O-Wisp if I have like Sneasel sitting next to it. And then ally switch because, you know, why not, right? Maybe it'll work out. That's kind of it for this. Yeah, I'll just kind of attach this to the video where I actually play the game. Alright, so right before we go back over this game that just happened, here's the team again real quick. Fake Colossal team. Not really Colossal team. It is actually a Rotom fan team. And it's a Sneasel team. And yeah, we'll just get into it. So I saw somebody else do this with Phalanx, so here's my fun little area to do the first part of the recording in. We'll skip ahead. So we'll just stop here as opposed to watching this, but he ends up bringing Gigas, Lele, Barraskewda, Selgor, Celesteela, and Weezing. Again, I'm praying that Lele is not Scarf, and honestly, it would be good if Celesteela was offensive so that I could just kill it in one shot. If it lives anything, that is problematic for me. I don't have great plans either for the Selgor Barraskewda lead, and I'm going to continue to lead. Oh yeah, my plan. I don't know if I went over this in the old one, but game 1, Sneasel Urshifu. I Screech, close combat. I get the first turn knockout. I feel like that's the only way I win that game. If it doesn't go that way, it's looking bad for your boy. Game 2, hopefully I know by this time what a couple of the items are. Hopefully he hasn't figured out a weakness policy on Rotom, and then I lead Sneasel Rotom, get the weakness policy off, and then I sweep from there. That's the plan. So hopefully that works out. If game 3 happens, I think I do the Mudsdale thing, and by that point in time, if I'm a good player, I've figured out who's got or what item that Weezing has, and then I can, you know, act accordingly from there. I'm hoping it doesn't get to a game 3 because I feel like we're doing these in the order of good ideas that they are, but that's the plan. Again, he could really do whatever he wants here. The problem with the horse is that Celesteela in the back looks really good to me, so I would expect him to not lead Celesteela. Still could, because, I don't know. If you put, I don't know. I feel like it's better in the back as a switch into a ground move, but that's just me. If the Lele Scarf, you can do literally whatever you want with it. It's always trouble. And Barraskewda probably leads if it comes in, so I don't expect to see it in the back. Weezing could very well be in the back on a number of things to switch in case I lead Cole, and he doesn't know that I'm... Ideally, he'll never find out that what Cole does, but there you go. So that's the plan. So we'll scoot ahead here. Alright, so he leads Weezing Barraskewda. This is not what I want to see. So, what I see for him here is he can max air my bear and switch out into something so that it gets the speed boost too, or he can. That's a pretty good idea for him. He could switch the Barraskewda out into something else too, because I don't put on a ton of offensive pressure here. So my plan is, don't let my bear die, because I don't think anything switches into a max air well. I could switch into Rotom Fan, but then like, what do I do next turn when I'm sitting here? He'll probably have Lele or something on the field. I don't know. He'll be in an offensive position, and I'll be in an incredibly defensive position behind its feet. So I think I can live Airstream because it's probably coming off bounce, and it's not, it's off stab. I guess the bounce part doesn't really matter, but it's off stab. I feel like I can live it if I'm maxed, and then I screech it. I never calced if my just max electric move kills his Barraskewda, and that's probably a mistake by me. But there you go. So we'll see what happens. I was right. He does max the fish, big fish. Now I max the bear. There we go. He max airstreams it, just like this is a good play. Just kind of what it is what it is. So now his Lele is +1, which sucks. And I'm gonna kill this thing for sure, but I'm not in a great spot. Lele puts out literally an enormous amount of pressure on the 2 mons I have in right now. I don't have a great answer for it. It can just kind of moon blast with impunity. I think I'm forced here to either switch out bear or lose bear, where it doesn't get to do anything, and Icy Wind, and hope that it is not Choice Scarf. Because if it is, then I'll have to accidentally win it twice, which means something I have in the back is going to have to get hit again. That's tricky. I'll probably bring, Weezing comes back in, which means I don't get my Rillaboom Grass up, which could be useful here. We're kind of stuck playing in a useless terrain for me, since my Rotom can't even make use of it. So, I don't know, I think here, I don't know what my play is. I don't know what the optimal play is. I think what I'm doing here is me hoping for the best. Maybe he switches Weezing out. I don't know why, but he did it earlier, so maybe he'll try it again. That would be ideal, because then I would get my grass up, but, that's not what happened. So this is going to hurt. This will take it to its Sash. Probably not a big surprise that Sneasel had Sash, excuse me. I missed on Weezing. This doesn't actually matter, but there you go. Now this thing is at neutral speed, though still don't know what the item is, and Rillaboom gets burned. That's tough, because now I'm not really doing much with this thing. Although, again, I'm in a very bad spot right here. I feel like this Lele is in a huge power position, and I'm just kind of hoping for a misplay. I could have faked out here, but then, like, maybe that is ideal. That's probably a better play. So here I fake out this thing, and then Icy Wind again, just to make sure that I'm faster. But yeah, I played like it wasn't. Now I know it is. It's Scarfed. There's a really good chance it would be, although it could have been Specs too. Afterwards, he told me that in earlier versions it was Specs, but it just does a lot of damage, and I don't have great answers for it. So we find the Sugar Berry, mission accomplished. We're getting something out of this, and I guess we get some damage checks on this. There might be some investment on that, like this is an Assault Vest Rilla with some special defense. I really do think the game is over right here. Yeah, just kind of, it is what it is. Now I'm really, again, just praying for a para and hoping for the best. He's Moon Blasting this. There's decent bulk on this thing. Lele hits hard. Could use that crit, but I didn't get it. Sludge Bomb should kill this thing. And I am finally faster with my Urshifu now, but I'm once again in the position where I have to pray for Paras, really. And he can switch out Lele right here, actually, and probably guarantee his win. I think I'm better off here going for the... Yeah, I think I'm better off... I don't know. I missed some damage opportunity on this turn, but I guess I can't let that thing take a hit either, right? I don't know. At some point in time, I really need to paralyze something, and this actually does decent damage. I don't know. Maybe like a choice band was a better idea on the bear or something. Yeah, that probably kills the Rotom. I don't know. The problem here is that both of these... I mean, it's very unlikely that both of these die. But if they do, then Lele just comes out here and... Well, I don't know. If it had Gleam, I'm in trouble. It's choice, so it probably has Gleam. If it didn't have Gleam, maybe? I don't know. That thing is super physically defensive, so I still think all the calcs I had took into account that it was bold 252, 252. I don't think those plans would have changed, but definitely didn't figure it out this turn. Yeah, because it's a crit. The game's probably over right here if I don't do that, but it's also over right here when... Do I live? Could I live? Oh, I do live. I guess this was closer than I thought. I still think it's over. So the only way this isn't over is if Air Slash is his best move to hit Urshifu somehow, and it misses. Because Flamethrower may not kill, I don't know. There's bulk on this guy. He's got a lot of HP. Meteor Beam's got a 90% accuracy rate. I resist Flash Cannon too. So it really just depends on the moves he has. He can miss here. So I guess this isn't over. I kill Lele here, and then I kill... Steela ideally in the next turn. So he targets Rotom first, which makes me think I still have a prayer, because I'll kill the Lele here. And we've seen the damage on Surgeon Strikes earlier for Celesteela. Even if for some reason it had a berry, which I don't think it does, they can carry cooler things than berries. I think I still kill it. But he has Energy Ball, so he prepped well, and it's game over. So it's a good game. Like I said, the lead really need to go exactly how I need them to go. And if they don't, I'm in trouble. But, I drafted this team. So we'll move on to the next one. We'll go back to what I picked. So remember, the plan here is Rotom... What am I doing? Okay, I got it. Rotom Sneasel with the two things that kill Water and possibly Lele in the back. So we'll see what he leads. Again, it'd be really nice if he led Gigas once, but he's not going to. And we'll get... Clearly, he's also recognized. Ronin's a good player. I'll point that out while we're here. A lot of these things, I'm just kind of hoping that he does the wrong thing, but he does the right thing the whole time. He's clearly recognized that Tapu Lele is a huge threat to my entire team, and I have no good answers for it. And properly, he's led it here. Slugor gets this. I don't know if its defenses are so terrible. I don't think that matters in terms of damage output, but now Unburden's activated and it's the fastest thing on Earth. I'm sticking with the plan though. We're airstreaming. Ideally, if I could get a pick on Lele right here, that would be fantastic. But I don't know if that is possible. I could have also gone for the Thunderbolt, but being faster is also nice. It's tough because I think it's like 10 points higher, and then I get rid of their terrain too. That might have been the optimal play, but I'm kind of hoping that I just gas pedal here and get rolling, because this is my Celesteela answer, and I'm taking, what is that, like 15-20% of my own health on the first turn. It's looking somewhat grim in the back because it flat walls Rillaboom. So he hits me with this move, and that was the exact right play because he's still going to be faster than me. He double targets my Mons, so he gets Sneasel here. Sneasel doesn't get to do much other than prop the policy. And he probably lives this now. Yeah. Looking at that, though, I don't think it mattered if I picked Max Elec. Maybe there was like a 15% chance that I get a roll my way, but I don't think that's too big of a deal. I do get my Grass up here, which means my Fake Out is in play. So the play for me here probably is Fake Out Lele and Airstream the Iselgor, knowing that I'll probably just knock it out in one hit. Although I think it also just gets another, whatever that move is, Struggle Bug. And yeah, I think... Do I Fake Out or I Glide? Maybe I Glide. I think I Glide. I don't even know if Fake Out was a move worth putting on here. But this does nothing. Yeah, it's a tough call. I know I'm slower than him at +1s, so I don't know. He probably knows that too, but you know, sticking with the plan. I feel like the plan was the best odds, and even if it doesn't work out, we'll play it out and see how it goes. So I get this thing off the field, and now I really don't think that matters. Even with this, its defenses are so bad, right? Like, let's take a quick little peek. Yeah, but I mean, what is that? I mean, you're not invested, so you're probably like sitting around 100 or something, and you put it at 150. Nah, there's no way. I don't believe it. It's probably like max HP, max. Does it even need max speed? I don't know. Still, I don't think that mattered. It could have. Maybe we'll calculate later. I lost track of this, but once again, Lele incredibly threatening here. Kind of forced to attack it. He's got his Dynamax. Again, this is a huge threat. I still don't know what item S has either, which is a problem. I haven't seen it do any Meteor Beam shenanigans or anything like that. We've seen it attack, so there's no life for it. So Assault Vest is likely. Finally get rid of this demon. Off the field. Terrain doesn't really change much. I don't think there's any priority left in the game. And we'll see what it does. Max Flare. So you can assume at this point it probably doesn't have Meteor Beam. I take that pretty well. So I'm still in this game at this point. And in the back, I don't think I know what he has yet. It's Barrascuda. So I'm faster, I would think, with our boy here. Yeah, that seems awful to me too. Except this is Assault Vest. So now I wonder. Because I don't know. I mean, outspeed it. I think that was the play. I could have saved that game right there. Because I know I'm faster and I know it's Life Orb, so I'll kill it in one hit. Instead, I do this. And do I die here? Yeah, I think I picked wrong right there. That was a misplay. I was still in this. I mean, it was going to be really hard to kill that thing. I don't know if this really, like, truly mattered. But I should have killed Barrascuda first. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know. Definitely made the wrong call. Because here, like that, this is actually over. I think the only like possible way I could win is he's special. That boost wasn't enough to kill me. I do max. I accidentally take a picture there. I do max damage with superpower, and then I do it again, and I crit. That's like the only way I win. But I don't even think I live this at +1 stab max airstream. Seems unlikely. Yeah, so there's the game. Let's leave it at that. He played really well. Obviously, now that I look back and watch it again, I definitely made a mistake there. But you figure it out as you get along, right? Hopefully this was useful, or at least entertaining, and I'll try to do these week in and week out. See you next week.